And so we start seated. Bring your palms together and find a comfortable seat. Notice the connection between your palms and the circuit that closes. Notice the breath. Notice your ability to let go and allow gravity to support you. To allow gravity to ground your body to the earth. With your palms together, notice the circuit of energy from right to left through the space of the heart. And then start to rub your hands together to create some heat. Rubbing the hands. Go a little faster, really warming up the hands. Faster, faster. And then just open the hands a little bit, just to notice what we call prana in yoga, what Chinese medicine calls qi. Notice how the space, the empty space, is filled with life and how it feels when it flows. Breathing in deep, exhaling through an open mouth. And then with the next inhale, create like you're holding a column. So your elbows come a little higher and you're holding. Could also be your favorite tree that you know. And you're holding this, allowing the shoulders to relax, and within that space that you're creating between your hands and your heart, create a circle of life and light and bring everyone in who crosses your mind. Everyone who deserves to be held in these times. You should be included there too. Breathing in, breathing out through an open mouth, releasing through the heart space. Breathing in again for the sound of Om. Filling the space between your heart and your hands with the vibration. Noticing how life flows and vibrates through you. With the next inhale, opening up from the arms through the hands and fingertips, fingers up high, allowing the shoulders to relax down so there is a lot of spaciousness between the shoulders and the ears. The palms are open to receive. Breathing in deep. Exhaling through an open mouth. And even if the hands become heavy, notice the connection between the sitting bones and the fingertips. how the sitting bones ground down to earth, give you stability and support, and how the fingertips reach into space. And with the next exhale, slowly allowing the arms to flow down and plucking your fingertips down into the earth. Allow the shoulders to relax away from the ears. The arms are heavy. The fingertips softly connected to the earth. Inhale deep. Exhale through an open mouth. And then with the next exhale, allow the hands to just softly meet your knees. And then start to rotate through your spine, Sufi circles. So you're moving from sitting bone to pubic bone to sitting bone to sacrum to sitting bone to pubic bone to sitting bone to sacrum. And so you're moving and breathing. So close your eyes as soon as possible to only notice how the weight shifts. Lower back, mid back, upper back. The cervical spine, neck. Notice your head moving in circles, allowing the neck and the jaw muscles to totally relax. Going as wide as possible to really find mobility in all of those joints, from the hip joint through the lower back, mid back, upper back, cervical, and then change direction. And as you go into the second direction, can you breathe deeper, more wide and open, expanding the rib cage, expanding through the lungs, expanding into your belly and organs, and slowly coming back to center, to sit on your sitting bones. Breathing in from the sitting bones to the crown of the head. Breathing out through an open mouth. With the next exhale, allow the hands to drop behind you. Your fingertips could point forward or sideways. With the inhale, lift your hips up to altar pose, so your hips are as high as possible. Pressing down with the hands, opening the hips up to the sky, pressing the feet into the earth. Finding a little bit of a squeeze in your buttocks muscles and your hamstrings, and you really open up through the groins. If your neck is okay, it could tilt back. It could also stay upward, looking forward towards the knees. And with the next exhale, come back to seated. And then slowly start to take the knees side to side. Side to open up the hip joints, side to side moving. With the next exhale, both knees to your right side, and you press into the earth with your right hand. Both knees stay on the ground, and you're opening up through the left side, Really getting in the left side of your groin open, your rib cage open, your neck relaxes, and your arm really stretches up and over. Exhale, release, hips to the ground, knees over to the other side. Left hand presses down in the earth. Both knees are grounded. The right side opens up and over. The head tilts over, and the arm really finds this wide open, spacious position. And allow the arm to play if you like. Opening, closing, breathing. Bring the hips back down to seated. And come back into a cross-legged position. If possible, the other foot in front. If you don't remember, you just come the way they land. We take a Kundalini breathing. Like if there is something at the moment that keeps my psyche somewhat healthy, it's the Kundalini practice. So your thumb points up and the rest of the four fingers comes into the heel of the palm. Both thumbs up, rest of the four fingers to the heel of the palm. And we'll do, actually I'm gonna time it. We're gonna do 2 minutes of the breath of fire. So it's an active inhale and an active exhale. And here we go. So when you actively exhale, you really draw the belly in. And when you actively inhale, you actually open up through the lung capacity up and out. So it's not just like Kapalabhati, it's Kapalabhati and the inhale. So both has a little bit of fire. The shoulders are allowed to move away from the ears, but the arms stay up, and if possible, the elbows stay straight. If you do find a connection to your pelvic floor, see if you can keep the pelvic floor moving along with your breathing. So the pelvic floor moves in and up. See if you can stay true to a rhythmic and powerful breath to really allow the nervous system to exhale and move through the stuck emotions. And see if you can be kind to the shoulders that are asking you to bring the arms down. But maybe you can send a smile and tell them that it's okay to stay there for a moment. And also those muscles work through and transform whatever they're holding. And here's the last 15 seconds. The last 3. And then with the next inhale, straighten out and really reach up. The last length that you're taking being the vessel in between heaven and earth. And exhale, allow the arms to just flow back down. Fingertips plug into the earth again. And you just notice what's happening in your neck, shoulders, heart, and the breathing. Notice the spine, long, sitting bones grounded, allowing the shoulders to move away from the ears again. And the arms are soft. Can you feel life flow through you? Wonderful. With the next inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, the right hand reaches forward and outside of the left knee, and the left hand reaches back behind you. And so now here in the simple twist, just notice to what the right hip bone does. Usually the right hip bone and sitting bone comes forward. Draw the right sitting bone and hip bone back. That should deepen your twist. And then take your chin to your left shoulder, chin to the chest, chin to the right shoulder. And so you're doing this half circle with your neck. And within this half circle, there should be a moment of liberation where you open up the movement and you allow the neck to move just the way it likes to move, so you can free up the spaces. And then you allow your spine to move again a little bit, just like you've done in the Sufi circles. So allowing a wave-like motion to work through your spine. With the next inhale, the arm from the back comes forward, elbow bent. Right arm reaches around, so you have these Garudasana arms. Inhale, the arms reach up. Exhale, the elbows towards your belly button, chin towards the chest. And then you allow your shoulders and neck to free up themselves, moving through, breathing. Come back to center. Inhale, take the arms out, wide, opening through the neck, arms, hands. Exhale, the left hand to the outside of the right knee, right hand behind you. And then again, notice the left sitting bone and hip bone wants to move forward. Draw it back. That deepens your twist, and you have a really good foundation in your twist. And so from here, you take chin to the chest, left ear to left shoulder, chin to the chest, right ear to right shoulder. Moving through half circle, and then allowing everything to open and move the way it wants to move. Neck, spine. Keep the left sitting bone moving back though. And allow vertebra for vertebra within the restriction of the twist to move and mobilize. Back arm reaches up and forward, elbow bends, right arm over, left arm under, Garudasana arms. Inhale, reaching up, elbows reach up. Exhale, elbows close to you, fingertips down, and then start to move. And really close your eyes and notice what the body needs. Shoulders away from the ears is always a good idea. But sometimes shoulders close to the ears actually opens up and frees up a muscle. So listen to your body's wisdom. Relaxing the arms, reaching out, opening up, reaching high. Exhale, hands behind your back. One more time, altar pose. Planting your feet, reaching up high, and then pressing into the earth one more time to open up the sternum towards the sky. Head tilts back. And then take a deep breath into your groin, into your throat, into your heart. Exhale, release. And so we move into all fours, straight away, knees under hips, hands under shoulders. And then just find stability here. Hands connect to the ground, knees connect to the earth, and your back tries to become really nice and stable. So just notice if you have the tendency to hang in there or the tendency to round. See if you can really be a table. So the neck is really nice and long and the back is nice and long, and from the shoulders to the hips you have a really long connection. You take a deep inhale and then you exhale through an open mouth. Toes tuck under, and with the next inhale, lift your hips up towards the sky. Take a big yes. Keep your heels away from the floor just for a moment, and just take a big yes so your neck is really nice and free, and a big no. And then slowly, leg by leg, allow the heel to move towards the earth. Backs of the legs open up. Backs of the knees open up. Calf opens up. Achilles tendon opens up. Inhale deep. Exhale through an open mouth. And then slowly, with your inhale, you move forward, footprint by footprint, walking forward until your feet are close to your hands, your knees are bent, your arms can come to the opposite elbow, and just start to swing softly from side to side. This is sweet hello to the body, allowing it to become mobile and movable, and then rolling up through your spine slowly, vertebra by vertebra, really slowly, really slowly. Wonderful. Find a good grounded stance. And so here's another one from the Kundalini tradition. Your thumb and your pinky finger comes together. The thumb is Brahman, the one that is outside of the crazy world. And the pinky finger is Sattva. Sattva is the pure part of ourselves. So you bring thumb and pinky finger together, and the both of them connect. And so your arms, if possible, they want to stay nice and straight. And I'm going to put the timer on 2, and we go for 2 minutes again. And it's going to look like this. The arms go up and then as far back as possible and down. And so we connected with the breath. Inhale and exhale. And as you go, you want to feel your shoulder blades moving as strong as possible. So lots of mobility in the shoulder blades, which is going to bring you tons of opening in the chest and clavicle area. And so as you go, just notice that you're not over-exaggerating the lumbar curve, that you keep the lower back nice and long, and you keep opening through the heart space. So as you close your eyes and you're circling through your arms, I think we all notice by now, going through this very interesting time, that people start to make up their minds and have their opinions, and opinions can get very strong. And so there is a lot of mind energy, and the mind within its own nature, does the separation. It makes a judgment, and it separates. So we have details separately. And as you go through this action and you open through the heart space and you notice the intense feeling in your shoulders, can you tune into the heart energy that allows us to connect and embrace and bring things together, no matter how different they are? Like in this kind of mothering energy that loves all the aspects within her children and all her different children's, and no matter how different they are, they all have their loving parts. And so this big embrace, the last three, big embrace, I talked you through 2 minutes 45, so we went way longer. And then slowly with the last exhale, just allow the arms to soften. Just allow the arms to soften and release. Feet on the ground, the eyes closed. Just allow the arms to feel. Feel what they're feeling. Allow the feet to ground deeply. And then with the next inhale, you can start to open your eyes and turn. So you're in the front part of the mat, front third of the mat. And so with the inhale, the arms reach up and overhead from the heels to the fingertips. And then exhale through the knees, forward and down, release. Again, holding to the opposite elbow and just allowing to sway from side to side. And we'll move through a couple of sun salutations. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, right foot back, left foot back, downward facing dog. Inhale, shoulders over wrist. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale to cobra. Exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot lifts. Right foot steps forward on the exhale. Left foot comes along. Inhale to a long spine. Exhale to a forward fold. Inhale, reaching up and over. And exhale straight back into a forward fold. Inhale to a long spine. Exhale, left foot steps back, right foot steps back too. Inhale, shoulders over wrist. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot lifts. Exhale, left foot steps forward, right foot comes along. Inhale to a long spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reaching up high. Exhale, diving forward into a next forward fold. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, right foot back, left foot comes along, downward facing dog. Inhale, shoulders over wrist. So now if you like, you could come into chaturanga, but you don't have to. It could be knees, chest, and chin to cobra, or chaturanga to upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot lifts. Right foot steps forward, left foot meets. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, forward folds. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to a long spine. Exhale, left foot steps back, right foot meets, downward facing dog. Inhale, shoulders over wrist. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot reaches up. Left foot forward, exhale, right foot meets. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, forward folds. Inhale, reaching up high. Last round like this. See if you can flow and allow the breath to guide you. Inhale to a long spine. Exhale, right foot steps, left foot meets, downward facing dog. Inhale, shoulders over wrist. Exhale, chaturanga. Or knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, your type of back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot lifts. Exhale, right foot steps, left foot meets. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Forward fold. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, left foot steps, right foot meets, downward facing dog. Inhale, shoulders over wrist. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin with chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot reaches. Left foot steps, exhale, right foot meets. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, just stand. The palms might turn forward so the chest stays open to receive. The neck stays nice and long, and the breath flows from the soles of the feet to the crown of the head to touch every single part of your body. And so let's come back in standing to this really powerful pose before we continue with a quite powerful standing flow. So this chi generation stance that we know from Tai Chi, it's important that your feet are at least hip distance apart. They could be a little wider. And then you want to go into you want to really move into the ankles. The heels stay grounded and you're really nicely in your knees. Your back has a natural curve, so you don't over-exaggerate elongating. So natural curve in your back. Arms come from prayer, noticing the connection in between the hands and the heart, allowing the legs to make themselves feelable, like they should feel, wow, this is really strong. And then with the next inhale, the arms open. So you're creating that circle of life, circle of light, circle of love. And if you feel that your thighs are gripping and kind of overdoing it, see if you can send the weight forward into your shin bones and ground your weight through your shin bones into the earth. And so here you stand, chi generation stand, noticing that you are a part of the earth, noticing that your shoulders can relax away from your ears, noticing that even though you're holding the circle of support, your arms can be relaxed because this is who you are. You are life force, breathing, loving, moving forward in evolution. Every single breath you choose, you are the creator. So bring into the circle of support everyone who crosses your mind, who needs to be in there right now, and you should be included. And then breathe into your heart space and allow the legs to give you the really strong information that they are part of the earth, that they are working, that they are grounding. Breathe in, breathe out through an open mouth. With the next inhale, stand up tall, inhale, arms reach up high. And then exhale, moving forward, releasing. You can have your knees bent or straight and just allow the body to find softness and flow. Inhale to a long spine. Exhale, right foot back, left foot back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg steps. Right leg reaches up towards the sky, but keep the right hip low. So you have a really nice long line from your right heel to the crown of your head. Reaching, keep reaching from the fingers, from the hands, all the way up to the heel. Keep reaching. Deep inhale. Exhale, right knee to nose. Inhale, reaching. Right heel high, but right hip low. And then bring the right knee to the right elbow crease. And up to the sky. Right knee to left elbow. And right heel high, right hip low. Deep inhale. And then bring the right foot to substitute. The right hand reaching up high from the bottom hand to the top hand. Breathing in. And as you breathe out, allow the top arm to move and play. Close your eyes and let this be yours. Your unraveling of what the body needs, your softening, your putting the armor down, your listening, this is your moment to be kind and soft with yourself and expressive, whatever needs to be unlocked and uncovered here. Beautiful. And so let's come back into the strength of the right leg. So you're really pushing down with your right foot and reaching up into high lunge. So before we go anywhere, just place your hands on your front knee and look back onto your back knee and really straighten out your back knee all the way. Straighten it out. And then rub your palms together really, really strongly. Rub them together. Rub, 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 rub. And when your hands are really nice and warm, bring them into your kidney area. And then sink into your hip just a little bit more. And allow the chest to open. The shoulders to open. But when you're opening through your chest, you keep the space in your kidney area. So you're in your mid-back. And when you breathe, your breath should be really palpable in your hands, like your kidney area should expand in your hands. Deep inhale. Wonderful. And now your legs should burn. So bring your arms up and really feel into the burn of the legs. The right hand to the left wrist, and then reach up tall, really tall. And exhale, glide over to the right side. Breathing, deep breathing. And then exhale, come back. Left hand back to the earth, right hand back to the earth. Pick up your right foot. This time, your right hip can open up as high and open as it wants. And you're peeking under your right you're peeking under your right shoulder. And then give yourself permission to play with your right knee too. And again, as soon as possible, close your eyes and notice what your knee wants to do. How this is going to feel. Your hip. Breathing. And so with the next inhale, your right knee comes in between your hands. Your left knee stays on the ground. And you're coming into pigeon pose. And we won't stay here for long. We're still in the strength part, but we do want to mobilize. So when you're in pigeon, your fingertips are on the ground, and then you bring the knees together. Like it's really like you want to pull the yoga mat together. Really pull. So there is a lot of strength and integrity in your hips and all the muscles and attachments in the hips. And then exhale, you release and sink. One more time, really pull together and like you want to lift up and levitate above your yoga mat. And exhale, sinking in. Super, last time. Knees together. And really, you want to feel your right buttocks muscles. You want to feel the pelvic floor. You want to feel the front of the left thigh. You want to feel the lower abdomen. All of it's going to come into the game, and then exhale, you release. Beautiful. Hands to the ground, right leg up high. And so, again, looking under your right armpit. And then bring the right knee through towards the left. The right leg straightens out. So your right leg has crossed the midline. Right leg has crossed the midline. And then you're starting to bring your hip forward and down. Right, so you're here. And your left heel is up towards the sky and your left hip bone wants to come down to the ground. And so you can lean forward and down. And the important part here is that the outside of your right foot wants to sink into the earth, or you press. And then you're moving forward and down and release. Moving forward and down and release. Okay. Super. And then you press into the back foot again. Come up. Right leg reaches up towards the sky. Right knee bends. You're looking under the right armpit one last time. Right foot steps down towards the ground. Inhale, shoulders over wrists. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale through to cobra. But this time, hands wide. Lower back long. From your fingertips moving through your cobra. And again, you know that you have all the permission to move through. So close your eyes and mobilize the shoulder blades. Mobilize your collarbones. Mobilize the neck. Breathing in, breathing out. Hands under the shoulders. From the knees, hips up high. Breathing in deep. Exhale, heels towards the mat. Inhale, left leg reaches up high, but the left hip stays low. So left heel high, left hip low. Left heel high, left hip low. Left knee to nose. Left heel high, left hip low. Left knee to left armpit. Left heel high, left hip low. Left knee to right armpit and really feel it in your belly. Left heel high, left hip low, breathing. Left foot substitutes left hand, left arm reaches up. Find the strength and the length from the back heel to the crown of the head. Close your eyes and start to play. Again, it's this moment to give yourself permission. Permission to move and breathe. And allow the shoulder, arm, neck, hip, upper back to unfold itself. Wonderful. And then come back into the strength of the left foot and press it down and then square the hips and come up. Bring both hands to the front knee and really straighten out the back leg, really straight. The front hip moves forward and down. And the arms reach, oh, sorry, the arms don't reach up. Actually, the arms reach to find the heat in the palms. Rub, 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 rub. Heat, 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 heat. And then bring the palms into your kidney area. Shoulders relax away from the ears. Breath flows into the belly. Neck is long, throat is open, chest is wide, and the back leg is really strong. And really see if you can nourish your kidneys. They need your support. In times of uncertainty, it's important to pause and really notice what's working. To notice that the earth is still carrying you, to notice that sometimes we feel broken and in pieces, and it's important to acknowledge it. It's important to cry for the kidneys. It's important to give them warmth. With the next inhale, bring your arms up. And I know that the legs are burning, but see if you can just keep them burning for one moment. And then exhale. The left hand reaches for the right wrist and just pour yourself over to the left side to strengthen and lengthen the right side. Hands come low, left foot reaches up. This time left hip opens, left knee bends. And here's your moment to close your eyes again and move through the hip. You might want to move through your ankle joint, through the hip, breathing, moving. Wonderful. And then bring your left knee in between your hands onto your fingertips. And then both knees, really draw them together. Draw your knees together. Feel, hold, breathe, notice. Draw them together, and exhale, release. Next time. So this is really like engage into this. This is going to bring you so much spaciousness in your hips. So again, really exaggerate the drawing together and feel all the attachments of the muscles included, and exhale, release. Last one. Bring the knees, really pull them close. Pull them close, pull them close, pull them close. Pull them close, pull them close. And exhale, release. Bring the palms to the ground. And then draw the left leg up to the sky and bend the knee and look under your left shoulder. And then draw the knee over to the right side and extend the leg. And so moving forward and down into this really nice opening of the outside of the left leg. And then move forward and down and come up. Move forward and down and come up. And move forward and down and come up and breathe. Wonderful. Moving through the neck. Okay, and then press with the back, with the ball of the foot, of your right foot into the earth. One last time, left leg reaches up and you look under your left armpit. Come back. Downward facing dog. Bring your knees to the ground, your hips to the heels. Bring your palms forward and allow the head to fully rest. So take one moment to acknowledge yourself with all of your efforts. And then bring your palms together in prayer. And see if you can. It's such a To pray is such a beautiful activity these days. It's really the moments where we're on our knees, bare, not knowing, so uncertain of the future. It's those prayers that God has a special ear for. It's those moments where we truly surrender. Is where we find what yoga is asking us for so often. To surrender the ego, come into service, and have a moment to let go of control. Like Wayne Dyer says, let go and let God. So let's flow one last round in strength and play before we surrender into a restorative pose. Palms into the ground, and let this be a prayer. Remember the circle of life, love, and light, and draw everyone that could use some motion, some movement, some transformation. Draw them in, include them into your practice. Inhale, shoulders over wrist. Exhale, tuck the toes under, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg reaches up. Right knee to nose. And just flow, make it yours. Right leg up. Right knee to right elbow. Right leg up. Right knee to left elbow. Right leg up. Right foot substitutes right hand. Right arm opens up, and you play, and you move, and you mobilize. And let it be yours. And then press into the right foot and reach up. And then, even if your hands are not there, take this extra breath into your kidney area. Notice everyone in your lineage who's been before you here. And notice how you can lean into them. They brought you forward. You got all the tools you need for this moment, for what you're doing. Right hand to left arm, wrist, reaching over to the right side, and then take the left elbow to the outside of the right knee and come into that deeper twist that we prepared ourselves for. From the heel to the crown of the head, get long. Take one deep breath into the belly to really press in and move the organs. Open up the arms, one wide motion, arms parallel, left hand to the left leg, and open up through the right side. Coming back down, right foot reaches up towards the sky, looking under the right shoulder. Right knee towards the left, and then extend and stay on your right arm. So first, fall in triangle. Left arm reaches up, and then you find the strength in your right arm and really press the feet into the ground, the outer edge of the right foot, really press it down and open up and stay strong. And then exhale, releasing it down, both arms on the ground. Right hip as far right as possible. The outer right edge of the right foot presses into the ground. Left hip reaches down, and then you wave through the spine. 3 times. And really see if you can find some mobility and some length in the outside of your right leg. Press into the ball of the foot of the left foot, and then reach up but high. Right knee in between the hands for pigeon pose. And this time we do 1 time, knees draw together, draw the knees together. And then exhale, sink, surrender into your prayer. Releasing in the outside of the right thigh. Find a good position for your head, neck. I really hope you're not alone too. And really sink and allow the hips to fully surrender. And then breathe into the belly so the belly breath arrives in your lower back and it arrives in your mid back and everything just softens and loosens up. Inhale deep. Exhale through an open mouth. Fully exhale. Hands into the ground. And then extend the right leg up towards the sky. Bring it down. Shoulders over wrist. Knees, chest, and chin. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg reaches up high. Right knee to nose. And then flow. Right leg high. Right knee to left. Left knee to left elbow. Left knee to right elbow. Left leg high. Left foot substitutes left hand. Left arm reaches up. And immediately you find your play. Opening up through the neck and the shoulders and the face and breathing, moving. Beautiful. And from here, you press into your left foot and you find your way up. And so again, imagine, right, those warm, big hands. And if you like, you put your hands there again, if it helps you. The hands of the ancestors kind of giving you sweet push forward. And you breathe into your kidneys, this original energy that you got from the people that were ahead of you, before you, that walked the path before you. And then you sink a little deeper into your hips and the left hand reaches for the right wrist and the right arm comes long and you bend over to the left side. And that length, you take it and you take it to the outside of your left knee. So you come into Parivrtta Paruttanasana. One more time into the depth. From the back heel to the crown of the head, you get long and you inhale into the depth of your belly and you really find the spaciousness in the belly. Allowing the neck to unfold. And then you open up the arms. And then you bring your arms back down. Left foot reaches up high. Knee bends. You look under your left armpit. Left knee comes across the midline. And so this time, again, first fall in triangle. So you're pushing that left leg through. When you're opening up and really feel your legs pushing down to the ground and the outside of the left foot pushes down the ground. And you find this moment of play and elongation and mobility again until the right hand comes down, left hip to the ground, the outside edge of the left foot presses into the ground and the right hip comes forward and down. And so you're waving through your spine 3 times. 3 times, waving through the spine. Wonderful. And then you come back up. Bring the left leg back high, left knee in between the hands. 1 time pressing and drawing the knees together, integrity in the hips. Exhale, reaching, surrendering, lowering, grounding. It is really a perfect time to find devotion. It is the more polarization there is in the world, the easier it is to start to fight for something or against something. In the Tao Te Ching, they say, true power never comes from fighting. It always comes from staying low. It's like all waters, no matter how strong and wild and massive the waterfall, they all connect. They all flow towards the calm lake, the sea. The big, calm, deep body of water is always low. And so this is where everything flows towards. So see if you can ground in that energy. Breathing in, breathing out. Wonderful. And with the next inhale, you just slowly start to come back up. Bring the left leg back with you. Play with your hips from side to side. If there is an asana that completes you, that you need to be completed in your practice, please go ahead and do so. So you have 2 to 3 minutes to do what you need. If there is an inversion or a back bend calling you or a deep forward fold, please go ahead and do so. We will finish together with a restorative Setu Bandhasana, a shoulder bridge. So see what you need to complete and balance yourself. And so when you're done consciously moving in bond with motion and breath, please come to lie down on your back, hips on the ground, feet stable on the ground, shoulders stable on the ground, and just notice with the exhale how you can ground your lower back and get your kidney area a little bit more grounded into the earth. And the lower spine really nice and long, and the feet pushing into the ground, and the lower belly, lower abdomen drawing in. Notice. And then release. And we'll do that one more time. So a bit more connection of your feet into the earth. Keep the arches powerful, drawing up. And then you're rolling your pelvis so the lower back is on the ground and the belly reaches in and everything comes into center. And the neck stays nice and long and the shoulders are nice and connected into the ground, and you're breathing and release. And so next time you're pushing your lower abdomen in and your lower back into the ground, you slowly start to roll up your hip vertebra by vertebra. And then you're placing your block or a couple of books or strong bolster, whatever you have that can support your hip in the right height. And notice if you do have a block, you have different heights to choose. Choose the right one for you. I chose the second height I think I could possibly also do with the highest. So let me see how it feels. And you should do the same. Play around to see how I feel. I feel it's quite strong, but it actually feels really nice. So when you arrived in Setu Bandhasana, in this shoulder bridge, allow the shoulders to really drop down into the earth. Allow the weight of the organs to sink away from the hips where they always lie, to sink towards the diaphragm. Notice the breathing in the lower abdomen. Notice the opening in the thigh and groin area. Opening the arms and allowing the hands to soften. And so remember to ask yourself the question, how willing am I to surrender to what is? Can I find a place of devotion which keeps my heart wide open, which reminds me of the power that I have to be the circle of light, life, and love for myself and everyone around me. And if you do want to be that, it is important to nourish yourself, to ground into earth, to breathe deeply and completely and freely. Relaxing the shoulders a bit more. Grounding the feet and making sure that the knees stay somewhat in the midline and don't fall out to the side. And then take one more deep inhale all the way into the pelvis. Exhale through an open mouth. And then with the next inhale, give a push into the feet. Take the block away and make sure that you roll down vertebra by vertebra. Really keep the care for your body alive all the way till the end. And from here, find Shavasana. Find your lying down, legs relaxed. Maybe there is a bolster under your knees. Maybe there is a blanket, a scarf. The arms are a little bit wider, so you have a lot of space for your armpits. The legs are at least hip distance, if not much wider, to really allow the hips to fully relax. The next inhale, move so deeply into your pelvis that your kidney area expands to your belly. Find everything expanded and open. And relax your feet, your legs, your hips. Allow everything to let go. The belly, the shoulders, the arms, into the palms and fingertips. Everything relaxes. The neck, and especially the back of the head, becomes heavy and relaxes into the earth. And so here you are, breathing. Slowly start to notice the breath in your belly. Breathing in to expand. Breathing out to notice the support. And allow consciousness to expand from the belly area into your chest and arms, your hips and legs, all the way to your feet. Maybe the toes bend and extend. The fingers open and close. And then start to circle through your joints and slowly activate yourself back to life. You might want to stretch out long or curl in small, whatever is true to you right now. And then make sure that you spend at least one deep breath in lying on one side, curled up in a little ball. One deep breath before you get up again. To sit up tall. So, finding a comfortable seat. Finding a comfortable seat and just take taking this extra moment to harvest the fruits of your practice. From the sitting bones to the crown of your head, find your spine long and alive and activated. The shoulders are soft, and maybe the superficial tension of your body has subsided just a little bit. And so the receptivity towards the gifts of life are just a bit more open and there for you to receive each breath, each impulse. With a little bit more ease. Inhale deep. Exhale through an open mouth. Bring the palms together and notice. Notice the sensation of your palms. Maybe how they are a bit different than from the beginning. Open up like those chi generating arms. You're holding space and you're creating a circle of life, light, and love. Breathing in, breathing out through an open mouth. And then breathe in for the sound of Om. Allowing the Om to travel to every single person and being that is within your circle of life, light, and support. May you be included. Namaste. Thank you very much for practicing with me.